When I teach meditation, now coming to the 12, 13 years of teaching other meditation, sometimes I also met different ways of different kinds of students. So for the different kinds of students, I have to teach different ways. I cannot teach all the time Anapana and do this, that, cannot follow it. Sometimes we really need to investigate about the student condition. Then we need to feel about the student feeling. That's only you really can penetrate their inside. If not, very difficult to teach that, because you can see in all over the world, in different countries and different everywhere we all are based on the great anger, delusion, jealousy, and then doubt, and then the kind of unwholesome thoughts always surrounding us. Not only surrounding inside our heart, always used to it. Anything you see easily get attachment and great, and then you see easily get angry. The kind of thoughts happen. So we are used to it, that condition. On that case, you can't let go easily. Clean on that. Very jealousy, you get great anger, so many things will happen to you. So you keep it in this way. You just in the mind. You will feel that the mind is very tight and very uncomfortable, and then from that start you will start to get great, and then tension in your heart base, and tension, and then the mind is really, and the kind of and stressful, and many things is solid in our heart by greed, anger, delusion. So for this case, for this meditation, we have to soften their heart to be very, very, very soft. We have to change their heart to be soft. So that's the reason we have to use many ways or technique to be soft. There's a loving kindness, using loving kindness, or personally encourage like a psychological way. So we need to know what their preference. So we have to check about that. Especially from my experience, 9 years back, 8 or 9 years back, I was in England. I went to teach for 5 months retreat in Amravati monastery. In that monastery, so many European and Westerner are there, So for me, it's very new. I started at the time I was very new teaching. So I tried my best to support them. But I really, after 1 or 2 weeks, I felt quite okay with them and started to talk to them friendly. And also, they was explained to me, and there a few people had that psycho problem. Their problem is depression, and since they were young, they have that kind of thought, and then people abuse them, and they clean on that. But they can overcome on that time when they are young after that now. But not to start to join with the Buddhism, start to practice by meditation, they have to be quiet. When you're doing activity in your lifetime, so you don't feel by the emotion, you easily can cover by this busy and this daily activities. Then when you're free, you start to sit down, you just sometimes you have chance to practice in the forest or silent retreat. On that retreat, you should not talk to them, nobody contact with you, then so you start to quiet, you get a kind of emotion, you start to create in your mind that since you are young, childhood time, what happened to you. All the things you will recover, and you will start to create the problems. From there, start to get a depression. Day by day, the mind was very, very down.